And I'm started. And connected to YouTube, connected to Facebook. That's what mine says. So, hello, you guys. My voice is still a little raggedy. It's still a little ratchet, but I'm here, and I'm grateful that I can actually speak out loud. So I'm not going to complain. But if you guys can just say, "Hey, how you doing?" And let me know that you're here, and let us know where you're coming, where you're watching from. That would be awesome. Hey, Miss Carmen, how are you? I'm so excited that you're gonna be here in a few weeks. Sorry, sidebar. Do you see me? Am I good to go?
You're good on Facebook.
Okay. David's looking for me. Hey, Barbara. So I'm seeing blues, but I'm not seeing any red comments yet. So I know we're good on Facebook, but I don't know about YouTube. Although my YouTubers are probably like chilling on the couch with a beverage. Don't know what kind of beverage. It could be hot cocoa. It could be wine. You know, a beverage. We don't know which one. We're good to go?
You're good on both.
Okay. Hey, you guys.
Now I get to take all the headphones off.
Welcome to the shed. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you. I want you guys to know that we really appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us every Sunday. Yes, baby?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm still wrapping things up here.
I'm getting a lot of yeses today, y'all. I never know if that means like yes or if he really didn't hear what I said and he's just saying yes. So I'll leave him alone.
Yes. So on YouTube we have Gene Hicks, Gypsy Come to Town.
Ooh.
Okay. Debbie Etheridge from Maryland. Gwen Cupit from Hanford, CA, California or Canada? So gotta ask. Ruru2, hi, missed you, watching from California on YouTube with a bubbly beverage.
Oh, a bubbly beverage. I like that.
I'm learning to be much more of a YouTuber fan myself. Over on Facebook, Carmen Daumer, Barbara Garrels, Peggy Otto Finnegan, Mary Casey from Chicago, Dorothy Eltimus, Amy Blotzer, Tracy Newcomb, Pam Knight from Yuma, Shawnee Artshed from the Poconos, Pennsylvania, Alyssa Bricker Visithin, Luann Cox from Steaming, Kentucky.
It's so hot and humid.
Lisa,
look at my hair won't even stand up, you guys, because there's so much humidity.
Lisa Vancil from South Dakota. Are you on YouTube tonight? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Tammy Valoni, Rita Garber Grain, Luann Cox. My beverage tonight is wine.
I'm jealous, just so you know.
Melissa Upton List. Barbara Garrels, Northern Colorado. Finally got a break from the heat today in a little Wayne. Wine spritzer in my glass tonight. We're cultivating a group of alcoholics.
No, it's not alcohol. I mean, it's it's just a little spritzer.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, well, you're talking about two very different things.
Yes, I know. Pat Krause-Mio from Wheaton, Illinois. Linda, I think I misspelled or misspoke your name before. Hude from Quebec. Jan Kilborn, Wendy Reese Purdy from New York. Memory Williams in Amarillo, Texas. Patty Guynett Mitchell from Woodstock, New York, which is not where Woodstock took place.
Oh, oddly enough.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name of the owner of the farm. Yasger did not actually live in Woodstock.
Oh, he was like in the county or something.
Yeah, there's another area. Marie E. Price Miller from Virginia. Melissa Paget. Tonda Ward from Missouri, first time watching. Love your work.
Hi, Tonda. Thank you. Welcome.
Holly Murphy from Las Cruces. Jeannie Mustaine. Candace Clay from sunny British Columbia. I say it every time. Love BC. Tammy Valoni, Doris Rushing, Jenny Marmion, Celestine Todd. Missed the text, but she's here from DeSoto, Texas.
Oh, girl, I didn't send the text. I forgot. I'm having a week, y'all. I'm having a week.
Debbie,
I am so sorry. I sent the email like 15 minutes ago, and I did not send the text, so I do apologize.
Debbie Allen from Central Texas. Jenny Marmion says Woodstock, Wisconsin. I have been to Woodstock, Wisconsin.
Oh.
I have been there.
Is there mayhem there?
There was when we went. It was...
There was when we went. Did you bring the mayhem?
I was elected to my college's student council.
Uh-huh.
And we went to Woodstock for a retreat where we were supposed to learn how to be a student council.
They were supposed to learn. You guys caught that, right?
And what we learned was poker and Crown Royal means Dave walks away with no money.
With no money?
And my friend Frankie was going to park his motorcycle in my room.
Oh my God.
Which he did. He did.
Oh my gosh.
Big honking Harley right between my bed and I forgot. Well, Frankie took the other bed. He kicked out whoever I was supposed to room with. So let's see. Who else is on YouTube now? Leslie Martin, Gene Hicks. Let's see. When Cupid, we said. Leslie's in LA. Reinvented Home, Texas from Houston. And Debbie Etheridge, can you think of a paper for a library? For a library.
You know what? It's so funny because I love books. I love the smell of books. You would think I would have more papers. We do have but they're old designs, but some of the retailers may have them. Speaking of retailers, I know that you guys are a little frustrated because you can't just go to the website and purchase papers, but I know that we generally have retailers who join us on Sunday nights. So if you are a retailer, please put your websites where the customers can actually find the decoupage papers for me. That way, anybody here tonight, if you're having a hard time finding something, there may be somebody tonight who can take care of you. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to, I have so much on my mind that I want to do, but I want to try to stay focused. And you guys can help me. You guys can help me decide. So we can finish our project from last week. And if you guys remember, we started working on our door hanger. We got this part decoupaged. And then we were going to do a little piggy and a laurel on the round to hang on top of there. And we were trying to figure out exactly how we're going to do that. Because we did not go live last week, actually, the week before. I want to go through all the new Roycycled Decoupage designs, and I have sat here tonight and I've painted some Christmas ornaments and some coasters and some rounds, and I pulled out some other products to use with the new papers. So we get to decide. You guys get to decide. So should we finish our project from last week or the last live, or do we play with the new papers? We'll let you guys decide which one we're going to do, because me and Dave are on opposite ends. I'm counting on you guys to vote in my favor, by the way.
We have a habit of starting projects and never finishing them on camera.
I've been doing better.
But we do. We tend not to. And I say we, because there was a project sitting here that I had started.
Yes, and you didn't
never finished it. So I'm not blaming you.
Yes.
I'm blaming us. We tend to
trying to soften the blow, y'all.
Tend to not finish projects on camera.
On camera.
They tend to get finished, but not for people to see.
Well, if we don't finish this one tonight, we can finish it next week.
Okay. So, all right, let's see what everybody is saying. Leslie Martin sipping vodka cranberry. Drea from San Diego sipping sweet tea.
Oh, hey, Drea.
Lunchbox Lady says new papers. Ruru 2. New paper. Leslie Martin, choice is yours.
Why don't I show off the papers while everyone's voting, and then that way we'll have enough votes by the time we're done.
All right, so
okay, you guys?
While you show off, I'll say this. On Facebook, we have Mary Casey says A, which I think means finish, right?
Yes, A is finish.
Okay, Jane Kilborn, new papers. Carmen Daumer, new papers. Alyssa Visithin, finish the previous. Pam Knight, new papers. Marie Chavez, new papers. Tonda Ward, new papers. Pat Krause Mio, new papers. Stella Anderson, Luann Cox, both say new papers. Lisa Williams, do what inspires you.
Thank you.
Celestine Todd says finish it. Patricia Browning, Doris Rushing, yes. Melissa Paget, Linda Hody, sorry. Anna Pierce, all say new papers. Carla Hune, finish it.
Maybe I finish it with a new paper.
Melissa Paget also says you've finished plenty.
Thank you, Melissa.
That's probably when I'm not here.
Well, let's go through the new designs, and then we'll you keep track, baby, while everyone's voting. Okay.
For the most part, it's new papers.
It's new papers.
But here's one that seems reasonable. Marie E. Price Miller, finish, and if time, start something new.
That does seem super reasonable, which we probably could do, honestly, because we don't have a ton to do to finish.
Oh, Tammy Schlotterbeck Hulls says, you do you, boo.
Yes, Tammy, thank you. So I want to go through, look, I'm holding up one of my favorites first, but I want to go through the papers really quickly, just to show you guys, just in case you guys haven't seen. I'm sure you have by now. But we did launch new designs on Wednesday, and retailers do have them in stock on hand, ready to go. So the first one is Mechanics, and it's this one, and it is basically it's a pattern, right? You could use it on just about anything, big or small, and it's just a lot of gears and some topography, and it's just yummy, yummy, yummy. I love this one. And then all of the papers always have elements that are so hard to show on camera. Like this one has some really cool crackle in it. It's just really hard to show it on camera. Every now and again I have a design like Salika. I get emails all the time saying that there are blue marks on here, that they're part of the design. So there's always little surprises that you can't really see on camera, but they're in the design.
All right, so here, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to make an executive decision from the producer's booth. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Because I'm watching this. I see the stack of papers you have there.
Uh-huh. Okay, show the papers and finish.
Show the papers and then decide.
Okay.
But I think we're going to eat up a lot of time showing the papers.
Okay, I'm going to go faster. This one is super fun. This is the Christmas Master Board, and there are a lot of different size project blocks in this one. You even have smaller ones. Could you guys see this little guy right here in one of the IOD frames molds? All these kind of marry well together. There's a pretty consistent color story, but this is more of a traditional Christmas, right? And so this one is the Christmas Master Board. And I only have one of these left because I've sent out most of my sheets. And I can't show you the whole thing, but I can show you part of it. You can get a sense of this one. This is this year's Halloween, you guys. I was influenced this year by Edgar Allan Poe. So this is my nice creepy Halloween, which is one of my favorite designs. I'm missing a piece. We took a trip to Phoenix and we had some art therapy with my nieces and nephews. So my nephew used a piece of this paper, but this is actually one of my favorites, is the Halloween one.
Did you load up the photos from the weekend, from yesterday?
I just posted the one picture. I didn't
know if you loaded them in here.
I didn't load them up. I probably should have, huh?
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm trying to group my sheets so it makes sense. Because we brought on a new artist this quarter. Her name is Corey Dantini. A lot of you already know her, which I was excited to see that because I'm super excited to have her be part of our team. And so I'm going to show Corey's designs. They're super fun, super quirky, and we have a lot of Christmas in this one. So if you're a maker and you're making stuff for your booth or your shop or your shows, you can buy multiples now and be able to work on your projects early. And then if you're just making stuff for your own home, you can start early if you want, or you can wait. But I wanted to get things out early. So this is the first one. This one is Santa's. And so you have two large Santas. And this one is sized for home decor. And these are so sweet and so fun, right? I just love them. I love Corey's work. And you guys can see there's a lot of on her work. Like here, there's like music sheets on the bottom. So a lot of them have like ephemeral references. And you guys know how I feel about paper. So I really love that. And then this one is, oh wow, I grabbed 2 Santas. Oh Lord, that means that I forgot another one. That I'm going to be missing one. Oh. So this one, oh, I'm not. I grabbed the extra one. So this one is Christmas Gifts, and it's another project blocks. And you have multiple Santas, and then you also have a pattern paper on the bottom. So these Santas are small, but they're not teeny, right? But these are like smaller home decor projects. Lexi Grinter did like a whole series. The video is already posted on YouTube using this paper. And you could use these gifts either individually or you could use them as a pattern. But like super cute, right? I just love the whimsical nature of Corey's work. And I am so happy to bring this vibe to the Roycycled brand. Super cute. So, and oh yeah, so I told you guys about the YouTube video. So there is a video on the YouTube channel of Lexi. She went to the Target bullseye section and she bought some stuff and she made a whole bunch of cool stuff out of one piece of paper. So the next one is Christmas trees is this one. And again, we have different Santas. You have 4 Santas on this one. They're smaller than the last ones, right? I want to give you guys like different size options. So these Santas are smaller, but they're just as whimsical and cute. And then you have a piece of pattern paper on the bottom, which is super cute because you could use this for a pattern piece on like a larger piece. But if you're working on something that's like smaller scaled, if you zoom in, you can see that these are really cute Christmas trees and houses. So you could absolutely use this on something as small as like a ornament or something. And so when I'm designing these, I try to be thoughtful about how you guys are going to use these. Do we have any questions, baby?
No, people like what they see.
Okay, because I'm just talking, y'all. I think I'm glad I have a voice. I sound like, who do I sound like, baby? Morgan Freeman? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to see if anybody catches this. The Santas remind me of Thank You, Masked Man.
I don't know.
See if anybody knows who that is.
Oh.
Or what that is.
Or what that is.
That's not a who, that's a what.
And so then you have the Corey's Ladies. These are so cute. Look at them, you guys. And I know when you guys see the thumbnails, they look really small, but you can see that these are sizable. So this sheet is 20 by 30. So these are like 10 by 15s, the ladies are. So they're really scaled for like home decor, super fun. I was really happy to be able to bring more diversity and representation into the brand. And I was thankful because Corey helped me to be able to do that. And then I have one more from Corey. I hope I grabbed the right one. And it's Corey's Girls. And I don't think I grabbed the right one. Oh, snap. I did not. Wait, which one did I show, baby? I showed the one with the 4, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Corey's Girls. And these are scaled smaller. So on this sheet, you get 6 project blocks. And they're like, probably like a 10 by, almost like a 10 by 10 kind of. But super cute, right? I just love these sheets. They're super fun. And for my journalers, my art journalists, and my junk journalists, like I think these are super fun because a lot of them have like elements of, like we said earlier, ephemera in them. And so they really do suit that very well. Now, Corey is known really well, like in the fabric world for quilting fabric, but I'm super happy to bring her into our world too. Which, if you guys are all serial crafters like me, some of you may be quilters and you may know that already, right? And so we did have a group of designs from Lexi again this quarter. I should have organized these ahead of time. And I know it seems like we have a lot, it is a lot of designs, but it's because a lot of them are holiday. So the holiday designs are going to be what we call short runs, right? So they'll be available for a little bit through the first part of the season, and then after that, they won't be available anymore. So if you want your holiday designs, make sure that you touch base with your Roycycled retailer. If you don't have a retailer, there are some here tonight, or you can go to roycycled.com, and that's just like my name, roycycled.com. And if you look on the top, there's actually like a tab for retailers, and they're organized by location. So you can find someone, and even if you don't have anyone like super close to you, you can order online because they'll ship.
Can I recommend, if you aren't on YouTube and a retailer, pop on there, put a link in the
into
live
YouTube,
chat.
Yeah.
Because they've been great on Facebook.
Yes.
Putting, here's my shop and here's my link, but we want to make sure you get, hey, retailers, capture those YouTube viewers too.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, baby.
Sure.
This is our
ABC.
watercolor animals, and these are like simple watercolor shapes. We wanted to give you guys like space to be able to put your own stamp on these designs. I know Lexi is working on a project for these. I'm hoping to get that one post soon. And then we also have watercolor Christmas. These chrysanthemums, you guys can tell I like them because I put them on both sheets. I love these chrysanthemums, but these are super fun, and when you get them, you'll see that they have a lot of texture. So it's not just like a flat design. There's actually tons of texture in each of them. And so these can be super, super fun. And then we have our fall animals. We do have I think this is the only other fall designs. Most of the fall designs came out in the spring. So you guys remember that we do have pumpkins and stuff for fall. But we got those out early as well. So these are our fall animals. Again, tons of texture, beautiful color. We wanted to do something different from like the traditional fall colors, but this color, it still feels very autumn to me. It's just not orange, but it's really pretty. I'm like in love with this owl right here. And the moose. And then the last one from Lexi are our winter beast. I always feel like rawr when I say that. And it's these two. It's a full sheet, and you have this really cool bear on one side, and then you have the fox on the other side. And again, you guys, tons of texture in these. You can see the brush strokes. The backgrounds are ephemeral, super fun. And so these are kind of starting off. This is really, if you're like new to mixed media, these are a really beautiful jumping off point because they do already have some mixed media like elements in the actual design.
So we have two quick questions while you're showing this.
Yes.
One, is this paper for Mod Podge? And two, is it wrapping paper?
Yes and yes. This paper is for whatever you want to do with it. I'm not even being facetious, like seriously. If you want to wrap with it, you can. Now, this paper is generally used for decoupage. So most of my customers decoupage furniture, decoupage home decor. And if you're new and this is your first live, come back here every Sunday because we're generally decoupaging something. I do a lot of upcycling, but you can check out my YouTube channel. And you guys, our creative team has made a bunch of projects, and I've uploaded a bunch of videos on the Roycycled Treasures page. They're short videos. You guys have to check them out. Super cute projects. So there's a lot of ideas that are already available for these designs. Yes, you can use Mod Podge on these. These are 20 by 30, 18-pound tissue papers. So they're thinner than wrapping paper, which makes them beautiful for decoupage because they like almost disappear on your surface when you decoupage, but they're heavy enough that they are forgiving. And so I love using these for decoupage.
So I have a statement from somebody on YouTube, Kathleen Hoovis.
Yes.
Switched over to YouTube. Now I can watch without the cutouts. What are cutouts?
I don't know.
On the other platform, not on YouTube. So.
Oh, I guess you can watch it like vertically.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know
not
either.
sure.
So I've never encountered that.
So this is the last one from Lexi. This is probably honestly my favorite one, and it's the sheep, and I just love him. Like even the drippy goodness on the bottom. So one half is a single sheep, and then the other half are like two little ones peeking through the gate. I love this one. And I actually just posted a project from Lexi on the Roycycled Treasures Facebook page today using these. Aren't they just so cute? They are too cute.
And we just have a question. Is that where the goat sheep is from Kathy LePage? Yes, that's where.
Yes, Lexi, this is one of Lexi. So all the ones I just showed you are all Lexi Grenser's designs. And you guys know Lexi Grenser teaches tons of watercolor and mixed media courses. So you guys can find her at Lexi Grenser Art. She's fabulous. I think a lot of you on have taken classes with her. So you guys know. And then the rest are my designs. And so we already looked at the Christmas Masterboard, which was one of mine. And so, oh no, I have one more from Lexi. Two more, actually. I'm sorry. I lied to y'all. Sorry. Not on purpose. This one is a one that I challenged Lexi to do. And I think that they are fabulous. They are so far out of her comfort zone, but I love them. This one is a project blocks. And you have this super colorful, big afro, beautiful woman on here. And inside of her hair, you guys, these are actually words. There's love, curvy, lovely, nurture, alluring, bright. So there's all kinds of like positive affirmations in here. And then on the other side of this project block, we have more of a neutral kind of a rendition. Their faces are different. So they're not the same. They're different. And this one I thought would be super fun to layer on. So I could see her hair full of like roses, rose transfers, or I don't know, or even if you did like a raised stencils with like squirrelies and then you went in there and added different things, this one could be super fun. So these are project blocks. These are smaller for like home decor. And then we also have her in the full size. And when I took it to the shop so that I could get it rendered, the young lady who did it for me, she named them Beauty, and so that's what I figured her name was. So this is Beauty in the full sheet. So for my furniture artists, we do have her large enough to be able to use her on a piece of furniture. And so I'm just super happy to have something bright and expressive in this collection.
The cutouts meant it was kind of stopping and starting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Deborah Allen said it also keeps blurring.
Oh.
So I apologize.
That's
Don't
weird.
know why that platform is. I'm not saying it.
You're not saying. We're not gonna say the word. You guys.
Yeah, we're not. I'm sorry. One platform's being a little.
So I will say that Facebook is in the process of updating. And they're changing everything. So this week has been really weird. So I'm glad that we're already coming to the practice of streaming in both places. So now you guys have options so that if it's not performing well on Facebook, that you can still watch on YouTube. So I'm trying to, I'll show you guys the other master board. So we had the Christmas master board, right? It's $6.27. Oh my gosh. And we also have the Angels Masterboard. So the Angels Masterboard is a Christmas design in that we have several representations of baby Jesus on here, which, you know, is the celebration of Christmas. And so this scene is the birth of Christ. And then we have Mary Magdalene here with baby Jesus. And then we have this one, you know, with the Christ as a child. And then we also have a couple of blocks where it's just angels, you know. And I even did 2 really small blocks because I think that they would be really pretty in like the IOD, the larger frames, the molds, to make something like super pretty. And I've already seen several projects done with this angel here. But again, these are 20 by 30 inch sheets, and you have several project blocks in varying sizes. So you have lots of options for this one. And you guys know I had to do something grungy. So we have a couple of grungies. We did one grungy earlier, kind of, like the mechanics one. This one, I cannot wait to like get time to play with. This one's probably more for my furniture artist, but it's called Rivets. And it's just beautiful colors of rust and green and teal and a lot of texture. And I love it so much. I cannot wait to do a piece of furniture with this piece. And it's totally, you could do this for a young man's room. Not even a young man, for a man's space, right? It's masculine, but I still think it's beautiful, even though it's more of a masculine design. I love those colors. I was really happy with that design. This is a design that you guys have seen in the past. I brought this over because I've seen people really liking it. And this is another like really rusty, grungy design with numbers. You guys know I love numbers, and it is just called Register. And this is one, again, that can be on furniture, but is also scaled that you could also easily use it on like a home decor piece. You know, if you cut it down, it would still translate well onto any home decor.
All right. Luann Cox says, what was the name of the paper with the nativity?
That was the Angels Masterboard.
Okay. And let's see. Dorothy Lage wanted to really see the rivets, so.
Oh, well,
finally,
Dorothy, did you order the rivets?
Yeah, so.
The rivets are like, honestly, I think that you have to see it in person.
And on YouTube, we have a question. On the large pieces, this is Leslie Martin. On the large pieces, how do you remove the creases from the paper?
You know what? So this is 18-pound tissue paper. So you have a choice. You can either iron them out. Just make sure that you use a dry iron. So you don't want any moisture in your iron. And use like some parchment paper or something as a barrier when you iron it, and you can iron them out before you use them. But honestly, when you decoupage and the moisture hits the paper, the creases generally work themselves out. So either one is an option for that.
Oh, Kick-Ash Furniture. I did my baby's changing table with the mechanic paper.
She did. That was Ashley. She was the one, the quick video.
Yeah, she's expecting.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if she's not expecting anymore.
Yeah, she's still expecting. The baby's not here yet.
Okay.
He's supposed to be here November, Ashley, I think.
I did see that. Right. It was cute.
Yeah, super cute. So this week I really focused on the holiday videos, but we do have more videos coming out next week, you guys, with more projects that aren't necessarily a holiday, but that are like fabulous with some more of the new Roycycled Decoupage designs. Ashley's on our creative team. 2 more papers.
Okay, there's other stuff I want to get to too. So. Okay.
Ashley's one of our creative team members, so she makes content for us. Although Ashley did make a box with the holiday paper too. I think it was a tobacco box. This one, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. This is one of my favorites. This one is the neutral ticking. And I want you guys to know that these ticking papers are not just lines on the paper. There's actually like texture. Like once you decoupage with these, it looks like you have like ticking fabric on your project. And I pulled out a couple of like designs that I thought, well, let's do the other ticking first. So we have that ticking. And then I also did a red ticking for this one. I had to because, you know, holidays, right? So this one is the red ticking. And again, if you guys look up really close, there's like tons of texture in there. So it's not just like red stripes on a paper. And so this is the red ticking again. They're like 20 by 30. And I tried to scale it so that it looks good on furniture, but you could still absolutely use this, right, on a small craft project. And really quickly, I just wanted to, because I was pulling out the paper today, like wouldn't this ticking look fabulous with the vintage wallpaper, decoupage paper in a design, either one? Or wouldn't it look fabulous with the red toile, either one of these? So like I'm seeing a lot of French country design come back. And so these are super pretty. And IOD has a toile that's a neutral toile because this isn't black. It's kind of a,
It looks forest green to me from here.
No, it's not green. It's like a grayish, a dark gray,
Must be
beige
lighting.
kind of color. And so I wanted it to be really easy to integrate with other things because I feel like this is going to be a kind of paper that's going to be either a background or, with something else. But look at that. Isn't that so yummy with the IOD toile transfer? And so these I feel like are going to be staples for a lot of people for a lot of designs. And so even if you did a neutral one and you did a transfer of the classic pots transfer over the ticking, like honestly, I think I'm the most excited about this because it's a super cool jumping off. Yeah, it is Michelle's like a charcoal. It is, Michelle. Thank you. It's like a charcoal. And so if you're a maker, like you're going to want to have these in your stash because you can just do so many things with these and you can pair it with so many other products to create something super cool. I think these are nice because they translate farmhouse, country, industrial, French country. They're just, you can just so many styles. These speak to those. And so that's all of the new designs. Let's see, it's 6:34.
All right.
Yes.
Sharon Britton Allen asks, when will your papers be available at Gila Valley Made?
You know what, Sharon? I didn't make it down on Tuesday. I promise I will make it down this week. And so they'll be there, the next weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So for those that aren't aware, you do not sell your papers online.
No.
You don't sell them directly. You can't buy direct from Roycycled.
Yeah, I don't sell directly. Here in my own community, I do stock them though because it just doesn't make sense for me to send my people online to buy when I live right here. So the only place...
And honestly, if they did, they just come knocking at our door.
They would just come to my
they
house.
have.
They do. Some people do. They come to my house.
So it's easier. We've got a great shop here.
Yes.
Called Gila Valley Made that supports makers and artists.
Yes.
It's a great place. So
yes, Christmas in July. Exactly. Exactly.
So the other one was Dorothy Lage said, sorry for your loss this week and
Thank
hope you're
you.
feeling better.
I appreciate that. I always say how therapeutic creating can be, but I'm always reminded of how true that is whenever I'm going through something hard, because I was so looking forward to coming and hanging out with you guys and creating tonight. And my husband thought I was crazy when I packed craft supplies to go to Phoenix this weekend. But I think it was nice. I sat down with my nieces and nephews and my sister-in-law, and I think I posted the pictures on the Facebook page, and we just...
Well, you posted them on your page, yeah?
No, I put it on the Roycycled page.
Did you put them on the Roycycled?
Yeah,
Okay.
just the one.
Okay.
Yeah, just the one picture of our finished projects.
Okay.
So we had some art therapy in Phoenix this weekend, and then you guys will help me with some more art therapy tonight. So thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate that.
And we have a question. What is on your right? On your right.
Oh, that's my mannequin.
So she said not the mannequin because you can see the tan one really well.
Okay.
But you can't see. All you see is a little bit of the color.
This one it's another mannequin.
Yeah.
I may have a thing for mannequins. Oh wait, that's the wrong way. Oh Lord, don't look at my mess, you guys. This is another mannequin that I'm working on. I just haven't finished her yet. This is one of my decoupage papers. I want to say this is, oh Lord, I can't remember which one. It's a decoupage paper, and then I'm doing a Rusty Patina, and she has some Would You Bend mold gears here. So she's a work in progress, but I hope to have her done like soon. I can't even sing tonight, baby.
Oh, Kickash said want to do the diaper pail with decoupage too.
Ooh.
That'll be the last you ever see of that. You're gonna get one good look, and then
No, she'll just seal it really well. This isn't Ashley's first.
No. But here's what you're gonna want to do. You're gonna want to put a lid on it and never look at it.
Oh.
It'll be pop the lid, throw something in, pop the lid back on.
Yeah,
I remember.
But you're gonna do the outside of it though. She's gonna
the outside. Okay, the outside.
Yes, the outside. So if it has to be, in there, it's gonna be purty. No, not purty. It's gonna be handsome because she has a little boy coming. So, I think we probably have time to finish this one.
All right, we are at 40 minutes.
We're at 40 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to put you guys down so you guys can see the table.
Okay. Ruru 2, will all your retailers be getting the holiday papers if they order them?
Yes, like a lot of them already have them, unless they've sold out already. Because the new holiday designs did come out on Wednesday, so I know that a lot of them have sold a lot of the papers. But reach out to the retailers. If you're a retailer and you're on tonight and you have the holiday designs available, pop that in the comments so that way the customers can find you. But yes, so I didn't want to like launch and do like a public reveal until the papers were in the hands of the retailer. So anyone who ordered on the opening week for us, like on the back end, they have the papers in hand and ready to go. So if you guys will remember, unless we had any more questions, baby.
No.
No more questions?
The ticking's really, really popular. That's going to just be a base for a lot of projects.
And I think it's really, because you could use it on the side of drawers. You could use it as the main thing if you wanted to.
Right.
Or you could layer on top of it. I mean, super fun. When I did the ticking designs last quarter, I did put topography on there. But then this quarter, I thought, you know what? How about we leave it up to our customers to put their own customization over it. Oh, I was going to show one more thing.
On YouTube, Joan Volkman says, just found the live. Are you just starting or almost done?
We're in the middle.
We're done with showing the new papers. Going to start finishing a project.
Yes.
We're going to start finishing.
But like you guys, this stencil, like this one says flower, right? Oh, you guys can't see me because I'm on the wrong camera. So I'll show you guys down here. So this one says flower, right? So how fun. You guys can use one of the tickings and then you can put your own stencils over it. Flour, sugar, grain, like whatever you want. And I know that some of the other companies, like I believe Prima has like some cows and some stuff, some transfers. Like it's just fun. I think I can't wait to see what everybody does. That's all I'm saying. So this one was one that we did when we met last, and this is just an unfinished wood tag, and we just decoupaged. This is one of the grain sack project blocks from last quarter that we used to do this one, and this is all one sheet, and we decoupaged that, and then we were gonna do a circle to kind of hang on here, and we were debating on what we were gonna do last week. I did go ahead and cast. We talked about the pig, and then I have the two laurels here, which we could absolutely do on here. I didn't know. I still have a couple of pieces left from this one, and I thought we could maybe decoupage like a little, like halfway across maybe, and do some laurels and then plant the pig on top of it, or should we just leave it? I don't know. I hadn't really decided. And you guys know what I want to do. Like I want to grunge these up. I think what I'll do is I'll prep them while we're deciding what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and prep these. What do I do with those extra plates?
Colleen Kobielka knows how to get product to the UK and Australia, correct?
Yes. Colleen is our distributor for all of the Commonwealth countries. Okay. So she
Canada,
has
UK, Australia, New Zealand.
Yes. And she has retailers in all those locations. So if you're watching from the UK or Australia, Colleen can absolutely help you get you taken care of.
Because we did have a question about finding it in Australia.
Oh yeah, so we got you, girl.
So Colleen is your hookup.
Yes, Colleen. Make sure and put your link in here. Colleen Kobe, I can never say. I'm not gonna butcher your name tonight, Colleen. And Colleen will be here in a couple of weeks. Sorry.
Oh, is she coming?
Yes, she is.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm so excited.
Oh wow, that'll be neat.
I know. So we're having a retreat here for Roycycled retailers in just a couple of weeks. I am so excited. We have been like knee deep in planning for that. And so I'm so excited.
All right. So two things. Colleen, find me some Captain Canuck comics. I'll cover you when you get here.
No, Colleen's not coming.
I thought you said
I mean, Colleen is coming. Yeah, I thought you were talking about who's your fan from?
Oh yeah. No, Colleen's in Canada. So,
Yes, she is.
So if you find some Captain Canucks, just saying, don't go crazy. I mean, I'm not looking for the $8 million Captain Canuck. I'm looking for the like $2 Captain Canucks. But I'll hook you up. Let's see. Dorothy Lage, I like the ticking horizontally. Let's see.
And I'm just taking I'm using Wise Owl's 1 hour enamel tonight. And I'm just taking this, you guys, and just doing a quick clear coat. Whenever I glaze, because I think I'm going to glaze these to bring out the details. But I never glaze over just raw chalk paint because it's super absorbent. And it will just suck in that glaze and your project gets so dark so fast. So I always seal first so that it gives me more control over how dark my project is going to get. So I'm just doing a quick clear coat over this, and we're going to dry this, and then we'll be able to, because when it's white you can't really see the details, right? And so one of the ways that you can bring out details is to either you can do a gilding, like I could go over the high points with some metallic, but because we're doing something that feels more rustic and primitive, I think that a glaze will be a better option for this one.
Michelle Adamus, I vote leave the circle sands without decoupage, but grunge it up. Barbara Garrels, did you use resin or air dry clay for the molds?
I did use resin. And we did the molds together on our last video for this. Yeah, I'm sorry. We decoupaged this on the last one, but we also cast these using resin. And I always like to use, I always forget the box, but Amazing Casting Resin is my preferred resin. And make sure that you get the one in the purple box, you guys. It's 7 minutes. So it's like perfect because it's long enough that you actually have time to get it mixed and poured into your molds. But I'm super impatient, so it does cure like quickly, and so you're able to like move through your project pretty quickly using it. But there is one that's like 3 minutes. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not fast enough for that business.
Kathleen Hoovis, I like that the pig is standing floating on something, but maybe not the sideways ticking. Colleen says she has one Captain Canuck.
Oh,
so yeah.
Is she willing to part with it? Though? That's the question.
No, I would never ask somebody to give theirs up. I'm just saying,
Yes.
if you come across,
Yes.
stumble upon.
And Michelle's coming too. She's on.
Oh, right on.
I know.
Oh, she says that. I'm so excited too. I thought she was excited for the pig.
No, she's coming.
All right.
We have a few more weeks. You guys look out for an email. I'm either going to send it tonight or tomorrow with some more details. And those of you who are coming, there's a retailers retreat group, right? So those of you who are scheduled should all be in the group. And I have a thing on there for you guys to text me on the texting app because I want to be able to communicate with you guys in real time. And you guys can text me back too. So make sure that you guys text retailer to that number.
And what is Kick-Ash Furniture's name?
Ashley.
Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley asks, when will the sold out stencils be back?
I don't know.
Are those your stencils or somebody else's?
They're probably the ones that are on my website that I have sold out. You know what? Ashley, message me which one you're interested in, and I'll let you know. Okay. So you guys, look. You guys hear that? No, you don't, because it's super quiet. I love this dryer. Sorry. It's my new dryer. Look, do you even hear it, David?
Well, I hear the cars going by now.
No, do you hear my dryer?
Yes, I do now.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's super quiet.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyways.
Melissa Paget, Royce, waiting for your painting. Decoupage Sealer Molds Tip ebook. I have my credit card ready.
I'm actually, it's ironic that you said that. So I'm working on some stuff. I have some things coming up. I've been working on some digital products. So don't be giving it away too early, Melissa. It's coming. I'm working on it.
Kathy LePage, retreat, yes, for retailers.
The retreat is for retailers this year, you guys. I've never had like an in-person event, a larger one, and I felt like I have the honor of partnering with other small businesses, and honestly, most of them are women. So small businesses owned by women, and I've never been able to serve them in this way. So I wanted to have my first retreat be with my retailers, but it is something that we are talking about for next year, and we will be at Arizona Pinners in November, and we're like there for 2 days. We'll be doing make and takes in our booths. I'll be teaching a class, so if you'd like to come out to Pinners, we will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it's the weekend of November 12th, if I remember right.
It's in November, I know that, in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yes. So we already have our room booked, and I already have the stuff ready. Oh, I took it inside for my class that I'm going to be teaching, and then we'll be doing a different project at our booth. I think the make and takes are my funnest, fun.
Yeah, I like them.
Because we have smaller groups that come, and we get to just hang out.
So now we have
and make
questions
cool
about
stuff.
your dryer. What kind is it? Where did you get it?
Oh my gosh. So you guys know where I got it, because I live in a small town.
Because this is a different dryer than you normally use. I'm used to the red one.
No, this is a new one. This one is the Crafted Craft Tool. It's actually from Ranger. I believe this is one of Tim Holtz's one, but I got it on Amazon, and I do have it listed in my Amazon store. So I was talking to David before we came on tonight, because you guys, a lot of times when we come on, you guys are asking me questions about where to find this, where to get this, where to get that. And so I thought I'll send an email out this week, like a resource email out this week. And I think what I'll do is, so if you're not signed up for my email list or my Roycycled, if you're not part of the Roycycled Insider group, then I will put a link on my page in a bit. Make sure you guys sign up, because like my insiders got to get a sneak peek of the new designs on Tuesday before they even came out. And so I'll really be communicating with that group a lot, because social media is just super hard to control. I don't have any control over what you guys actually see. And so I really start focusing on the emails. And so if you guys want to receive like resource email, I actually have a handout for you guys on that email. And it's it's actually, what do you call it that goes at the end of something that has the definitions of everything? Glossary.
Oh, glossary, yeah.
It's a glossary of terms. So if you're new to the niche, right, you're new to like the crafting and the furniture painting, and you go on to like a YouTube live, a YouTube video, or a Facebook live, and someone's talking and they're using these terms and you really don't have context for what they actually mean, I made this just for you. So I'll be sending that out this week, but I think I'll go ahead and also include like my Amazon shop and any other resource that you guys would like for me to include. You guys can pop in the comments, and if I can include that as well. So if you want to get that resource email this week, be sure and sign up for my email list, or like the Roycycled Insider group. And I'll be sure and get that up on my Facebook page and on the YouTube live as soon as we're done here tonight.
Nancy Evans, did you say Pinterest? No, we said Pinners.
Yeah, the Pinners Conference. So the Pinners Conference is kind of like being on Pinterest, but you're live. And so last year we did the Pinners Conference, and there were probably about 200 vendors, would you say? 150, 200 vendors?
I didn't come close to seeing all of them.
Yeah. So you have all these vendors that are there, and it's kind of like being on Pinterest. Some of them have like recipes and cooking things. Some of them have like stuff for nails and clothes and hair. Some of them have like crafting. Some of them have home decor. So if you can imagine scrolling through your Pinterest account and looking at all the good ideas and stuff, but having it be a live event where you get to walk around. And there are also classes all day, crochet classes, I don't know.
We didn't have time to go to the classes.
Yeah, we didn't have time to go to the classes. If you're a planner, they have people who come and they bring their planners and they show you how to use all the resources that go with the planners. Or There's just so many different
organizational
things.
instructors and
Yes.
products. There was candy. There was children's educational toys.
Yes.
There was just a lot.
It's a lot. It's like literally going on Pinterest and just seeing like, you're bored, but having it be an event where you walk through the door.
And people are selling, but there's a lot of instruction too. There's a lot of, as you walk through, you just see people at tables doing things.
Yes, absolutely. And so last year we did our make and take like every hour pretty much.
Yeah.
Whoo, y'all. Lord Jesus, I was so tired when we left on Saturday night.
Yeah.
But it was wonderful. And I even had some of our viewers that came, and I have selfies with them, which was super fun to meet people in person because, you see their names. But getting to meet them in person was super fun. So anyways, that's the Pinners Conference, and that's coming up soon. But back to our little piggy.
Well, Pinners, and you're only at the Arizona one in Scottsdale, but there's Pinners across the country.
There is.
So if you can't travel to Arizona in November, you really should, because it's not snowing here. But if you can't,
yes,
chances are there's one near you.
But we won't be there because we'll just be at the Arizona Pinners.
But I look, I want everybody to come to my comic convention, but if you can't, just go to one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You guys see how quickly this dryer works? So this is not just a dryer; it's actually an embossing tool too. So it gets warm, and I'm actually going to use it because I noticed when I casted my laurels that they were a little like they curved a little bit more than I wanted them to. And so I'm going to warm them up a little bit because I want to be able to reshape them just a little bit. That's why the resin doesn't become super malleable, but when you warm it up, it does soften up a little. So see how I was able to, this is how it was before. It was like super sharp. And just by warming it up, I'm able to kind of form it to like fit the shape of my circle a little bit better. But let's get these glazed, and I am just using, oh man, this is not the right glaze. So this is Java, which is basically a brown glaze. I wanted my black walnuts, but I'm not seeing it, so I guess we will use Java. It's okay. I'm going to squirt a little bit. And the difference between glaze and paint is that glaze is not as opaque as paint. So it's a little see-through. So it really does give you a different quality than paint. If you don't have glaze, you can water down your paint and do a wash and get a similar effect. So I'm just taking my brush. Let me scoot you guys in just a little bit here. I probably shouldn't be doing this on top of my project.
You really shouldn't. No.
I'm living dangerously. I'm just going to push this down into my details. And so whenever I glaze, I generally like to push it down into the recesses, and then I'm going to wipe over the top to remove it. But what happens is it just really shows off your details a lot more, and we want this to feel primitive, right? And so this is going to help us achieve that because it's not going to look as, oh Lord, I had a microfiber cloth right here. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I hope my stuff didn't dry up. I was looking for that. But I'm just going to wipe it off the top. And that glaze is going to stay in the recesses even though I'm wiping it off the top. And so it's really, really going to help to show off all the beautiful details of this mold. And this is about anything. Because you paint something white or black and you lose a lot of details. So even if you're painting furniture, this is something that you can do to kind of highlight any details that you're adding to your piece. And so you guys see that? So like here, you can see a lot more, right? Than you can when you look at the white one. A lot of it disappears, but here it's a lot more evident and it looks way cooler, I think.
So can I tell a quick story?
Yes, you can tell a quick story while I'm glazing.
Jessica Byron says Pennsylvania in the house. So we are coming back from Phoenix yesterday, and we stopped at a small little restaurant. Not a restaurant. It was
Long John Silver.
It was Long John Silver. So, and they had a TV going, and there was somebody who said something, and it caught your ear. And you said, "Oh, what accent is that?" Or you and I said,
Oh, it was Damar. It's a
"Oh,
grandbaby.
yeah." Damar said something, and we go, "Where did he get that?" And I said, "He sounded like he was from Philadelphia." And for whatever reason, I just said the name Wawa, which is a convenience store, primarily New Jersey, but there are some Wawas in Pennsylvania, and Philadelphia is right across the river from Jersey. And this guy was walking by, and he said, "Did you say Wawa?"
It was just so funny. Like,
And
what are the odds that you would have somebody saying
And I said,
right
"Yeah."
there?
He goes, "I'm from Jersey. We love Wawa." So then we got to talking about how Wawa formed, and he confirmed the rumor I had heard.
The word on the street.
Yeah. So it was just one of those funny things where I know he was thinking the same thing. What are the chances somebody's talking about where I grew up?
In Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah, we were in Mesa, that's right. So just one of those, it's a small world coincidence things.
We do have a lot of Midwesterners here, though.
Yeah, but East Jersey, that's not...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Lisa Schrader says Wawa is also in Florida. I was not aware of that. I know of it as Jersey, Philadelphia.
He's expanding.
Yeah, good for them. All right. So here's the story about Wawa that I heard. This guy says, yes, he believes it's true. So this was a guy, the owner, I have no idea what his name was, working at a gas station. And this is back when gas stations were also a place with a lunch counter, because if you were a fuel station, chances are you had to stop, you had to eat, etc. So he wanted to do something, and maybe he didn't have the lunch counter, but he wanted to. And the owner was like, "No, we're never going to do that." So the guy's like, he felt he was being disrespected. So he's like, "Fine, I'll just do it myself." So he created Wawa, W-A-W-A, and serving really inexpensive sandwiches to travelers, and supposedly very good. Everybody in Jersey swears by the sandwiches and coffee.
Oh. Look, I perked up when I heard coffee. Did you guys hear that?
But he made sure that every Wawa he opened was across the street from the gas station which was Exxon.
Oh.
So there's a Wawa across the street from every Exxon.
Is that true for Florida? I'm curious.
That's the rumor I had heard, and the guy said, "Yeah, I think that's what I heard." And
that's
he grew
the word
up
on
there.
The street.
You know, I've
that's
never been to a Wawa.
one way to get back at somebody. I'll show you my idea will work. I'm just warming this up, you guys, because I didn't reform this one. I only did this one, and I want my laurels to match. So I feel like that white background is just going to be too stark for this. What do you guys think?
Okay, so let's see. Belinda Ruth, love Wawa, the most coffee pots anywhere in the world.
Oh, okay.
Valerie Coots, excuse me. Wawa is in Virginia. There you go. Terry Lydard Smith, yes, we love our Wawa here in Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, these folks, this is you know how I am with Vienna beef hot dogs?
Yes.
That's Chicagoans' religion, is Vienna hot dogs. It's not stuffed crust pizza, it's Vienna hot dogs. That's what I've heard, is the people that love Wawa are all in.
They're all in on the...
Lisa Schrader, was that amazing fast cast resin?
Yes, amazing casting resin. And the purple box is the one that's my personal favorite, because it's fast, but it's not too fast. Because there's another one that cures in like 5 minutes or 4 minutes. And the last time I tried to use it, that resin cured in the cup as I was pouring it. So I feel like 5 minutes is just enough time for me to be able to work with the product.
Joby Marshall says, yes, needs to be a different color.
Yeah, right? Like it needs something.
Let's see. Marie Kennedy, have 4 Wawas within 5 minutes of my home. They're great. God bless. You know, if somebody's given good value, that's the person that's the business you gotta go to. I'm okay with that. I hear the food is good. Like I say, I've never been. Furthest north on the East Coast I've ever been is Baltimore.
I feel
And then
like
I've been to Philly. I guess Philly counts as East Coast, but I was really young. I was like 14.
every time I hear Philly, I just think about Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Motown Philly back again. Sorry.
Pamela McDowell, we have a Popeyes across the street from our Wawa in Florida. Pam Knight says needs something underneath. Barbara Garrell says needs something in the background.
Yeah, right? I just don't know. What do we need?
Let's see. On YouTube, Denise Leonard, Wawa is in Virginia Beach. Lunchbox Lady says Kogel hot dogs, Detroit Coney dog, which is true. Coney started in Michigan. They did not start on Coney Island.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Michigan thing. It's like a chili, but not quite. It's its own thing.
So it's like a chili sauce.
Yeah, Coney sauce is its own thing, but the closest to somebody who's never had it I could say is it's kind of like a chili.
Okay.
So, Gypsy, come to town. If you heat up the molds with the casting resin, will they curve around pieces of furniture?
Yes. Well, so you can cast a bunch, and if you use them like within say a couple of hours, yes. But if you let them sit for a few days, no. So if you do because they cure so fast, you can pour a bunch. And as long as you use them within a couple of hours after you cast them, they get pretty malleable. They really, really do. But as they sit and cure, they get harder and harder.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Barbara Garrels, we said that. Tonda Ward, burlap underneath, maybe?
I know, but I don't. It's so funny you said that.
Carmen Daumer says, how about a light gray background?
Yeah, just pick up this color, huh? I should have had a plan before I came on today.
Yeah, Terry Lydard Smith, Philly is definitely East Coast. Yes, I acknowledge that. I mean,
yes.
So I guess I've been that far north on the East Coast. But I just think I was at the Atlantic Ocean when I was in Baltimore. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's see.
Oh, you know what?
Wendy Reese Purdy suggests red ticking.
I thought about putting another ticking, but it's going to be scaled differently than this ticking. I think, what if I have this this stencil? This is what I want to do. Because I think it just needs texture, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be something. So let's put some texture on here.
Let's see. Stella Anderson, how about the checker type that's at the top of the tag?
Yeah, I know. I was looking to see, because that would be a really good idea. But I didn't bring another sheet of this decoupage paper out here, because I thought about that too, Stella. That would be a really good idea. But this is a Tim Holtz. It's just a stencil. But see that texture is almost like burlap, right? So let's put that texture on there. And let's use, I am going to, I wish I had carbon, because carbon is like a black that's not a black. So let's make a carbon-like color. I have a little bit of white here on this plate. Sorry, my brain is going now, you guys. It's a scary place in here once it gets started. So let's do this. We'll make a carbon, because I don't think a stark black would work. But if we did a dark gray, I think that would work. And I don't need a ton of paint. And so this little squirt is going to work. So I'm going to mix together this color. And it's gonna look good. It's gonna kind of match the topography on the other one. And so I have, look at, this is my pour brush. This is one of my Klingons, you guys. This is the little one. Look, I would tell you the name, but I've already soaked all the paint off of the handle. But I'm gonna wrap some tape on this, around this really quickly, to tighten up the bristles so that it's like a big stencil brush.
Angie Champagne, neither of us have been to New York City.
No,
Sorry.
I want to go. You guys are going to laugh when I tell you why I want to go to New York. I want to go to New York to eat.
Robin Taylor McClendon loves Cincinnati chili.
What did I do with
Belinda
the tape?
Ruth, originally from Detroit, Lafayette, Coney Island is our religion. I get that. All right.
Everybody has their stuff. Yeah. We went to, so here in Safford, Like everywhere else in the world, apparently, people they say burritos. And here in Safford, we say burros. It's just a regional thing. So I went to Mechie's yesterday, and he's like, oh, so you want a red chili burrito? I said, did you just say burrito?
It wasn't yesterday. It had to be the day before.
It was Thursday, I think,
okay.
actually. Me and Dom went to Mechie's
right.
when he went to go pick up his car.
Colleen Kobielka, there's also a town called Wawa in Ontario.
Oh.
It has a big goose statue.
A big goose statue.
Patty Guynep Mitchell, my husband is from Sable. His mom made the best Michigan sauce.
So you guys, I'm going to load up my brush, see, because I want it to be even. But then I'm going to offload like almost all of this paint. Like I don't want virtually any paint on this brush when I go into stencil. And I just taped it together so that my bristles are tight, just like so that this is like a stencil brush.
Angie Champagne, Claren Carl's or McSweeney, Michigans are the best. So, and Patty Guynep Mitchell agrees with Claren Carl's. Yeah, you should have regional food. I think it's great.
Oh yeah. Now I'm going to start off tapping. I probably should have gotten my Pixie spray, but it's okay. I'm going to start off tapping. I like, whenever I'm stenciling, probably the biggest challenge with stenciling is that you don't want your paint to run under your stencil, right? You want to get a nice clean stencil. And so offloading your brush is like oh man, I shifted my stencil. It's okay. We're just going to use texture. Offloading your brush is like a really good way to do that. And then also I like to tap my brush until I have like a really good idea of how much product I have on it before I start like swirling it. So that way I don't have to worry about pushing product underneath my brush. And I don't have to be like super precious with this because I'm really just looking to pick up the texture of this on the back of here.
So I'm playing catch up on YouTube. I apologize. Gypsy Come to Town. Can you buy it and then by the gallon? It doesn't seem like a lot in those little packages. I think it's the resin. Is that what you were talking about?
You can buy it by the gallon if you go to it's called, oh Lord, I can't read it from here. Allimite, I believe it is, Allimilat. You can go look at it on Amazon, their amazing casting resin, and look at the actual company name. And you can go to their website and you can absolutely order it by the gallon. I'll be honest with you, I do, because I use it a lot. This is probably a little darker. I probably should have done this a little bit lighter. So I'm going to cheat really quickly. Okay. I'm going to cheat really quickly, you guys. So I've made this a little darker than I want it. Like that's a little bit more evident, but isn't that cool? I think just that texture in the back is going to make it really like just textury. And I could have gone in one direction, but you guys know I'm complicated. So it's a little darker than I want it. So I'm going to push this back a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal this with my 1 hour enamel, and then I'm going to whitewash it. And what that's going to do is just push this back a little bit. I just think this is a little bit more evident than I want it to be. I should have done my gray a little lighter. I think it's a little too dark. I want it to be a little more subtle than that. So let's do this and we'll dry this. I wanted to say sometimes when you're working with this thin wood, because you guys know how we like to use this for crafts, when you're putting moisture on one side, it'll bow a little bit. But when that happens, I just spritz the back and it'll straighten up. Lickety split. So let's dry this. And then we'll whitewash this and just kind of push that pattern back a little bit. David ran away for a few minutes, but he'll be back. I seriously love this dryer. I might buy a second one. We'll see what happens. When I'm in my shop working, I want you guys to know something. I think a lot of people assume that when you see us on like lives or YouTube videos and everything always works out perfectly, that's not really what happens in the shop. your problem, I am always problem solving. Like, that's what I do because you're experimenting. I mean, and so that's what happens. And so I like to use my dryer too because it not only dries my clear coat, but it like sets it up a little bit because I'm going to mist this with just a little bit of water because I want to do a wash. I don't want to paint it white. I just want to do a wash just to push that back, that pattern back a little bit. It's just a little too evident for me.
Lisa Schrader asks, where is that stencil from?
I got it off of Amazon. It's a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stencil. I love these stencils because you guys know I love texture, and there are so many different ways to add texture to your pieces, and textured stencils are one of the ways that you can do that. For those of you, I did a patina class, you guys, and it was a course all about creating patina, but it really was a course about creating texture. And I showed like so many different ways that you could like add texture to your work and just really bring it alive by giving it depth and character. And so you see how that whitewash just kind of push that back just a little bit so that it's not quite as like in your face.
Oh, Ashley says she always edits out the cursing in the paint spills.
I believe you, Ashley.
We're at 1:15.
Oh, perfect. I'll be able to finish this project. And I'm going to hang this on my front door and take a picture for you guys. My porch is finally finished, you guys. I love it so much. I just have to buy more plants to put on it. Hopefully my typewriter succulents are struggling, y'all. We'll see what happens. I may have to augment them with some pretend real succulents. I want to put a little bit, what do you guys think? Should I put a little bit more white on there? It's still a little bit more on my face than I want. Put a little bit more.
Well, Luann Cox says it looks much better.
Yeah, right? Just pushing it back a little bit more. But it looks like, you know how some grain sacks have really big, like the texture is like really loose? Like to me, that's what this reminds me of. Maybe I should have used a taupe instead of a black, huh?
Although Joan Volkman on YouTube says she likes how you crisscrossed the burlap stencil.
Yeah.
So.
Because I really just wanted it for the, ooh, yeah. That's what I wanted. I wanted it for the texture, not necessarily like, and I don't know if it's supposed to be burlap, but that's what we're calling it today. Today it is burlap. Yeah, that's good, right? That's a lot better. And this is a trick you guys can use on your decoupage paper too. So like, let's say you are decoupaging a design and you're making a sign. You can like carve out a circle or like a banner right in the middle of your decoupage paper with a whitewash so that when you go over it with your stencil, that your stencil still stands out, but it still looks congruent. Like it still looks like it goes together. Now it's too bright though. I think we need to grunge that up a little bit. So let's do that. I'm going to seal it first though, right? Because if I add glaze right over this, it's going to suck it up really quickly and I won't have any control over that. So I'm going to seal my chalk paint first. And this is just Wise Owl's Antique Via chalk synthesis paint is what I'm using. It's like a warmer white.
So Renee Amundsen, why does everybody use black for everything? That's a legitimate question. Black goes with everything, but there is an awful lot of black.
A black for every. I love dark. Like if you look at my aesthetic, there is a lot of black, but some people use a lot of white. Like a lot of farmhouse design is like a ton of white. So I think it's just a matter of taste, which is fine. I mean, we all have our things that are proclivities or our favorites, right? Because me personally, like black and teal are my go-tos. They really are. But honestly, if I would have had some forethought about this, I probably would have used a taupey color. I think that would have been better. But I was on the fly, girl. and black was right here on my table. So that's why I use the black. So that's dry now. So now that it's dry, I can go in with some of my glaze. I don't want to, and I'm like seriously on the fly right now, you guys. None of this is planned out. So you guys get to be inside my head. It's a dangerous place.
Lisa Schrader says she always has issues picking the right brushes to buy.
Oh, brushes are just, Lisa, if you know what? I'm going to put that, I should put that on my list of things to make.
There you go.
Here, I'm going to write that down on my list, Lisa. I'm going to make something that talks about different brushes and what you get from them. And kind of, because it kind of depends on what you want to, what result you want, right? A lot of people love the Klingon brushes because they're really nice for blending. The tips are feathered. And then there are some, synthetic brushes are really nice for smoother surfaces. It's really easier to get a smoother surface with a synthetic brush. A natural bristle brush is made with boar's hair, and they're really like, what is it called? Like really straight. They're really coarse. And so it's harder to get a smoother finish with a natural brush because of the bristles are coarser, but they're beautiful if you're working to create texture. And then some brushes are blended. They have synthetic and natural bristles in them. And so some people prefer those. So it really depends on what you're wanting to accomplish as far as which brushes you buy. And then of course, scale matters too. So you'll notice I got a big brush for this because I don't want to have, if I had gone in with this little tiny brush, what did I do with it? I just had it in my hand.
I think you moved it to your left, didn't you?
I did. Thank you, babe. If I had gone in with this little tiny brush, like I'd end up with this really localized marks, right? Which wasn't what I wanted. And so that's why I grabbed a larger brush, because I really want this to be more of kind of a feathered look and not so localized. I want it to just be like a general feeling on here. And I'm like literally dry brushing this, you guys, because there's no texture on here. So there's nothing to like capture the glaze. If I were to like go over it with a lot of glaze, I could and then wipe it back. But generally, if I'm working with a flat surface, I would rather just go over with a dry brush. It enables me to create some texture, and it kind of gives me more control over the final results. But like if I had texture on this, then I would do what you guys saw me do earlier with the other ones.
Kathleen Hoovis, I gave up and did the fake succulents. It was an outside pot, forgot left it out all winter. Come the spring, my husband says, wow, I can't believe your plants made it through the winter. Point being, they make them so realistic nowadays.
Nice. I actually ordered some because I think I'm going to put some, I'm going to put some of those out there too, girl.
Lori Wilhite asks, what's the difference between chalk synthesis paint and DIY?
So DIY paint is actually a clay-based paint. So it's a little bit different. So Annie Sloan owns the rights to the term chalk paint. So that's why you guys hear us saying things like chalk synthesis or chalk type, or, we use different words. And by the way, I go over all of these things in the glossary that I have for anybody who's in the insider group. Scouts Honor, all of this is actually in there. And so the different brands of chalk paint are essentially the same in that they're all made with bicarbonate, which is why they're chalky. They're flat, they're open. But there are different qualities from brand to brand, and so it just depends on a matter of like what you like. But the DIY paint is actually different. It's a clay-based paint. It stays open like a really long time. You can add water to it and reconstitute it like way longer than a lot of the other brands. And so a lot of people who enjoy like the really boho finishes, they really do like the DIY paint. So all of the boutique brands, if you ask me, they are quality paints. It's just a matter of what you like and what you're trying to accomplish. I will tell you guys what I say all the time. Even though I carry a specific brand of chalk paint, As a customer, you guys do not owe any of the brands any kind of loyalty. You guys buy what works for you for the project that you're working on at the time. That's just my spiel. Where is my sign? Lord have mercy. It's a good thing my head is connected.
5 minutes.
Okay. Now I feel like it's too brown. Lord, y'all help me. I'm going to just go in with a little bit of black here. Just a little bit. And hopefully I don't like make it too dark again. I can still see my, como se dice? My texture though. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone before I mess it up. But
Tammy Valoni, do you top coat chalk synthesis paint?
yes, yes, the Wise Out chalk synthesis paint you'll want to top coat. It will cure over time, but honestly, chalk paint is made to be porous. The reason why a lot of us like using chalk paint is because you can distress it super easy. Most chalk paints don't have any latex in their base, and so it's safe for you to distress it back. But you do want to seal it after you're done with it to make sure that it lasts and that you don't have any issues with it over time.
Oh, Marissa Nelson just joined on YouTube. Hi from Montana.
Hi, Marissa. Okay, so what do you guys think? What did I do with the sign, baby?
All right.
Lord, y'all, if my head wasn't connected, I'd be in trouble. I'd be walking around like those monsters on TV looking for my head. Okay. I wish I would have found my black walnut glaze. That brown is just really not jiving with this. So I may redo this, but for now, we're going to go ahead and glue it on there. And so what I'll do, I'll still take a picture with it as is. The black walnut glaze is more of a gray base, and I think that it would have been like more, it would have fit this better than the brown glaze. But you guys can get the idea of what I did, right? And so I'm going to hang this on this and then hang it on my door. I thought about even making another one because I have a welcome stencil that fits this tag like perfectly. And I don't know what I did with it. And so I could just use one of the new tickings and then put welcome down here and then have something like this hanging on there also. But I'm going to use my Type Bond Quick and Thick to glue these down to my little circle.
Terry Lightard Smith says, what about a little dry brush of pink blush on the pig, only for a little pop of something?
That's a good idea. Maybe.
And Angie Champagne says, what shows are you watching? We're stuck on The Closer.
Yeah, we're watching we watched Major Crimes first. So now we're watching The Closer. And I'm also watching
You're watching
Westworld on HBO. I love sci-fi, you guys. So I'm watching Westworld. And my son is trying to get me to watch Stranger Things, but it looks scary. I don't like scary. I like sci-fi, but I don't like scary. So
after we're done with Major Crimes, I'll go back and I'll watch Moon Knight and I'll watch Ms. Marvel. I want to see those two.
Oh, we didn't finish watching Ms. Marvel, did we?
We didn't start it.
Isn't that the one where she's a comedian?
No, that's Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Ms. Marvel. That's a Marvel.
That's a Marvel. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I don't know that you particularly want or care about those, so I don't blame you.
I'll watch them.
Right.
You watch Project Runway with me. I'll watch that with you.
I don't like Project Runway without Tim Gunn.
I know. I'm so funny, you guys. I like to watch people create, and it doesn't matter what they're creating. Like, I like to watch fashion. I like to watch, like, home renovations. There's this really cool show out of the UK, and she takes your floor plan and she puts it on this big old mat on the floor so that you can walk around your space, like, and it's the size of your actual floor plan to actually plan out, like, your furniture layout and stuff. That's a cool show. They put cameras in people's houses for a week, though. I don't know how I feel about that. Somebody might catch me picking my nose or something. So that they can see how the space, how your family actually uses your home. Because sometimes we imagine people are going to use the house one way, but then they don't. And so it's a really cool show.
All right. See, now everybody's starting it. Guys, We trust you. And you're starting to make me think we shouldn't. So, Angie Champagne says Headless Monsters. So we're talking about Stranger Things.
Oh, see?
Valerie,
I knew it was scary.
Valerie Cuts, love Stranger Things, not scary at all.
Oh, see?
Michelle Lee Villalobos, Stranger Things is so good. Celestine Clark, watch it, Stranger Things. Belinda Ruth, Stranger Things is scary.
See? It is scary, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what I'm
There's
saying.
monsters in there from the upside down world or something. I started watching the first season, and you know why I stopped watching? Because the first season's not scary at all. Molly Ringwald was stressing me out. Like every show, she was just stressed out to the max, and her energy was stressing me out. I'd be watching the show, and my shoulders would be all tight.
I think that's what you were supposed to be.
No, that's real life. No, I don't want to be stressed out by a show.
Angie Champagne, not a fan of Stranger Things. Flippin' Furniture, love all the 80 references and sets of Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's talking about that.
Yeah. Celestine Todd, Game of Thrones, you finished that.
I finished Games of Thrones. I did watch that.
There's a new one coming. There's some dragon thing coming on HBO that's supposed to be set in the Game of Thrones world. I don't know if it's got all the rape though.
There was in the beginning there was a lot of rapiness, but they calmed down on that later. And a lot of fans were upset because they really didn't do a lot with the scary guy. I was happy that they didn't do a lot with him, but other fans were not so happy.
Belinda Ruth, have you watched Escape to the Chateau? It's about a couple from Great Britain that bought a chateau and renovates it.
Is that the one that we watched? No, that's not the one that we watched.
Oh, no, she says bought a chateau in France. I don't know.
We watched a cute show. Remember they bought that? No, she inherited that mansion, and they make it into a bed and breakfast, and she can see the ghosts.
Yes.
We like the USA version more than we like the UK version.
I did not. Well, see, UK has stopped. Humor has stopped being funny in the UK for some reason.
And now it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, now it's just uncomfortable. It's like, no, you guys gave us Monty Python and Are You Being Served and Faulty Towers and The Young Ones, where things were funny. And it stopped being funny. And Ghosts in America's funny.
Yes, it
is.
And
there's
funny.
A sweetness to it too.
Yeah. And so that was we watched all of them, huh?
For
you guys saw me use my heating tool. It's because I'm impatient. It's so funny. I've gotten so used to. So with Would You Bend, the heat makes them more malleable, but it also helps it glue faster. And I've kind of found that resin is the same way. So you guys saw me using my heat tool to like get my resin to adhere faster. That's just a new tip that I've been doing lately. But I think this would have been better with the black walnut. I may redo it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because now it's too brown, and this is, although I could just do a glaze here. I have to fix it, baby. Before we go, we only have a few more minutes. I know.
No, you're out of time.
I'm out of time? Really quickly. Well, because you know what? You guys have problems in your craft spaces, don't you? When you're trying to work through something. This is like really gray, and that's really brown. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a wash over this. And maybe that will make them more cohesive. And then I won't have to start all over again. We're working through a problem, baby, together. And so I spritzed on a little water because I didn't want it to be super, I didn't want it to be really brown. I just want to play with the tone of this a little bit to make it match the tone of the other piece. And this is decoupaged, but it's already been sealed. If it was just paper that hadn't been sealed yet, I would not have spritzed it already. But you guys can see how versatile your decoupage can be though, right? Because even though this is decoupaged, I'm still able to like go over the top of it with glaze, with water, especially after your clear coat like cures. You really have a lot of flexibility as far as what you can do over the top of your decoupage paper. I love working with the 1 hour enamel because it's like 85% cured in a few hours. So when you're wanting to layer, you don't have to wait for like a super long time for it to cure, and it works so beautifully with transfers.
Melinda List, you tell him, Royce.
What did I tell? What?
Tell me. You? No, we're going through.
Apparently, I was being bossy while David was driving this weekend.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
You guys should see it.
Which really threw me off, because there are times when you'll say, "Are you okay while you're driving?" And I can tell, okay, I wasn't paying attention, and maybe I kind of what do you call it, weaved in the lane
like
or
veered
something
off a little bit,
because
or
I was
something.
looking at something on the side, and it's
Yes.
because I look, I'm self-aware enough to realize that if I look to either side too long,
Yes.
I tend to turn that way as well.
Yes.
So most of the time when you say, "You okay?" Like, it's all right. Or if it's late,
Yes.
you'll
I'm just
say, "Hey,
checking on you.
you know, you how you doing? Are you too tired?" But this was one where it was like, you were on me, and I was like, I'm dead center in the lane. I mean, everything's going fine. I'm not going too fast. I'm not going too slow.
It was those things, you guys, what do they call those things? Like in construction zones when they have those
not the sawhorses, just where
not the cones, but the like
they stick up almost like a milepost sign.
yeah. And they just have
But they
them
have
like
the flasher on top.
and they have them in a line where they want you to go, but it's not a straight line. Like, I have a hard time seeing those. They just look like a whole bunch of stuff in my way. And so I think I was just stressed out, baby.
Yeah, and I acknowledge it. It just threw me off. I was like,
Oh, see? You guys see how that happened? So now tonally, right? They look more congruent than they did before. It's not like a gray and then a brown. So just, you can play with tone using glaze when you're working on something. So sometimes when you paint something, like, you don't want to start all over again. So you can cheat. You can warm something off or even cool it off. Because the gray was really cool is what was happening. So that Java warmed that up a little bit. So now they don't look like they're so off. So I don't have to do it over again now.
Kathleen Hoovis, I don't understand what you're planning for the circle. Are you drilling a hole in it to hang it?
Yes. I'm drilling. I'll probably, honestly, so Kathleen, like, I want it to look like it's hanging from here, but I'm probably going to glue it on there. I'll just glue it on, and then we'll have a hole right here. I got to figure it out like this. So it'll look like it's kind of hanging on there, but it'll be glued to there. That way it'll sit exactly the way I want it. And I could have also used like a smaller tag, which is my favorite, but honestly, I could not find. I have like these little tags and I have this one, but I know somewhere I have some tags that are about this big, and usually I do 2 tags when I do this, but I found the circle, so that's why I picked this up when we were working on this for the door hanger.
Gypsies come to town. I had a major disaster the other night. Grabbed my spray bottle, forgot I put vinegar and water in it, just as I was going to spritz and put on a second top coat.
Oh.
Turned into white fog. Took me an hour to fix it. I was so annoyed at myself.
Yeah,
It
we do
happens.
it, girl. It
happens.
happens. It happens. I mean, and I could just put a thankful on here and just saying that, or I don't know. You guys, it's creating, right? It's just, I don't know. I won't talk about it because I don't want to give away some of my plans for the retreat. But I want to close with this tonight, and then we're going to close. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Remember to look for the link for Roycycled Insider. If you want to get, like, you guys want to hear news first. I am making a couple of digital resources to be able to give to my insiders, so you guys can join that group. I don't send a ton of emails, at least once a week. And if I have any announcements, so maybe a couple of weeks. And I share my crazy stories with you, which we never know what's that going to look like. But I want to close with this tonight. A lot of times when we are sitting down to create, you guys, especially if you're like new and you're starting, you've watched people make beautiful things and you sit down and right away you're judging your ability to do something, or you're judging the work that you're doing. And I just want to, like, I know you guys don't need my permission, but I would like to challenge you to give yourself permission to just play. To play with your supplies without any expectation, without any judgment, to just play and see what happens, because that's how you learn. You can watch and watch and watch, and will you learn? Absolutely. But until you get your hands dirty, until you make some mistakes, and some of your mistakes will turn out to be like your own like methods of doing things, because that happens a lot. But give yourself
So it's not a mistake.
permission. Yeah, I mean, you may have had something planned out and it came out different, but that doesn't mean it was a mistake,
Right.
you know, right? Or that it doesn't still have value. So give yourself permission to just play. Like we grown-ups, we don't play anymore. That's why kids have fun. You give them stuff and they play. And that's why it's fun for them. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you guys so much. Tonight was such a blessing for us. You have no idea, to be able to hang out and to chit chat and to create like wacky stuff.
Oh, quick. What's the link to join the email group?
I'm going to put it at the top of the Roycycled Treasures page. I meant to send it to David, and then when I sat down, I realized I didn't even send out the email, and then I got distracted, y'all. All it takes is a little something shiny.
So put
For
the
me
link
to get distracted.
for the text notices and to join the email.
Well, I'm going to put it all in the resource email. So this is my plan. If you put your link in to join the Roycycled Insider, I'm going to send you a resource email. And inside of that resource email, there's going to be the number for you to join the texting group so that you get notifications, even though I forgot to send one tonight. I'm sorry, you guys. So I'm going to put information in there for my digital resources. So for this week, it's going to be the not thrifting. It's going to be, I should do a thrifting glossary. It's going to be your creative glossary where we talk about different kinds of brushes and, you know, different things between what's a clear coat and what's a top coat and when do you use them and what's wax. And so I think it's a pretty comprehensive glossary. And so that's going to be my resource for this week, but I'm also going to include the texting number in there. And if you guys can think of anything else that I should put in there. Oh yeah, my Amazon store. I'll put the link for that in that email as well. So I'll put the link at the top of my Roycycled Treasures page for my Roycycled Insiders email group. Make sure you sign up for that, and then you'll get the email this week that'll have all the resources in there. So yes.
Very good.
Okay. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys, Lord willing, next Sunday. You guys have a blessed week. And remember, you guys can do everything you saw me do today. You can probably do it better, honestly. And you can do it like today. You don't have to wait. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a